Alright, this is Croven back once again with T-Days for the next match of Alliance Tournament 7. We have the unaffiliated have brought a Damnation, 2 Hurricanes, 2 Brutixes, a Guardian, a Rook, is that a Saber or a Thrasher? It is a Saber, and 2 Ishkers.
And for the Honda Accord, we have a Tengu. We've had 2 Tengus, a Loki, 2 Drakes, a Ferox, a Brutix, a Thrasher, and a Coercer.
And with that, we are underway. Again, we see a very battlecruiser heavy setups, which always makes me very happy. We've already got the Brutix for the Honda Accord now taking shield damage. He's already down to about 50% shields.
Yeah, he's into armor now. It looks, I can see some sort of tackle effect on him, but he looks to be in a bit of trouble now as the Guardian for the unaffiliated is taking some shield damage. Obviously, he's probably armor tanked, so we'll see how he holds it up when he hits his armor.
Yeah, and there's a big cluster of ships here in the middle as unaffiliated seems to be centered around where this Brutix is for Honda Accord as it enters deep armor, about to bleed into structure. Honda's smaller ships now also taking shield damage as that Brutix is just about to go down. Meanwhile, the Guardian for unaffiliated, and then we have lost that Brutix for Honda. The Guardian of unaffiliated did run out of shields, but seems to be holding with armor now.
Yeah, and Honda Accord are losing their Thrasher by the looks of it. There it goes. And the Coercer is also dropping. The Rook and Guardian combo for the unaffiliated are holding range at the moment. The Rook into armor, but with that Guardian there, he's almost certainly going to be tanking with armor, and it keeps popping back up again. Not a lot of damage on that side at this point. On the Honda Accord side, the Coercer is just about to drop.
Yeah, and that Rook also has not armor maintenance bots on it as well. That's also keeping it up, and they seem to be doing a sufficient job of it at the moment. If Honda Accord can't take this Rook down, they need to figure out a way to change targets, or else they're going to find themselves in trouble. And Honda Accord's Loki now is taking damage. He's at about 66% shields. Looks like he has been webbed, and with all that close range damage, it's going to be tough for him to hang on for long.
Yeah, with the mix of ships that they have on the Honda Accord side, I'd say he's probably shield tanked on that Loki, and unfortunately the Saber for the unaffiliated is doing a very good job of tackling him, and I don't think he's going to last much longer.
No, absolutely not. He's about to dip into armor, and those 2 Brutixes are right on top of him, just blasting away, and down goes the Loki. He went from 0 shields to 0 hull in a very short period of time. One of the Tengus now has been warp scrambled, so we'll see if they're able to bring this considerable DPS down on that as well.
Yeah, the Tengu there is now primary for the unaffiliated team against the Honda Accord. Another one of these Tengus set up with the sensor strength module, obviously expecting to be jammed, so they're running obviously as much sensor strength as possible. Not making much of an impact, unfortunately, for them on the unaffiliated Rook. He's still holding quite happily. One of the Brutixes for unaffiliated has also got some armor damage, and the Guardian's actually regenning his shield, so he's obviously no longer being under any attack at all, as one of the Honda Accord Tengu's now in half a shield.
You know, I think part of the issue for Honda Accord here is that that unaffiliated has a large number of medium ECM drones out there. The Brutixes almost assuredly were carrying 5 apiece, and that's going to put a significant damper on the amount of damage that these ships are able to put out. I think I'm seeing that Tengu firing right now as he continues to drop shield down to about 15%.
No, I'm certainly not seeing any missiles coming off of that Tengu. He's obviously just sitting in the middle of the arena at this point. He's tackled, and the unaffiliated battlecruisers are just opening on him completely. He's got some some shield maintenance bots, hives of them around him, but they're just not able to keep up, and he's just dropped from half armor to 0 armor and 0 structure and gone in no time at all. Meanwhile, the Ferox on the Honda Accord side is now being primaried, has gone straight through shields and into armor. So that's a fantastic amount of DPS for the unaffiliated side here.
Yeah, and what's interesting is it looks like, I know the Tengus at least were completely stationary in the middle of the arena as that Ferox just gets shredded and completely gone now. So for the unaffiliated, you've still got a Damnation, 2 Hurricanes, 2 Brutixes, the Guardian, Rook, Saber, and 2 Ishkers, while Honda Accord has 2 Drakes and a Tengu still on the field, and that remaining Tengu has now been scrambled, and it looks like he's next for the slaughter here.
Yeah, it's good to see again these high DPS battlecruiser setups, obviously with the addition of the Damnation for additional armour bonuses, which is obviously very handy when you're armour tanking all of your ships, especially if you've got like a Rook there, as they have. It needs all the help it can get to armour tank being a Caldari ship, and it's basically no damage whatsoever at the moment being done to the unaffiliated team. The Tengu in half shield, and as we saw before, there's absolutely nothing left once it goes through shields, it just falls to pieces.
Yeah, absolutely. These ships can have very high effective hit points, but once you get through their tanking stat, it's all over. And now we're seeing that Tengu enter about 15% shields now. And yeah, like you said, once again we're seeing this high DPS battlecruiser setup just dominate against a far more expensive setup.
Yeah, I did say when asked a little while ago, as the Tengu just goes down, whether or not Tech 3 was going to be good in the tournament, and I did say that I was expecting to see at least one Tech 3 setup get shredded by one battlecruiser setup, and I think that's happened here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's worth noting, Unaffiliated's team here, their mix of ships is very, very strong. Like you said, a lot of synergy going on here. Both Drakes now close to each other. They've both been webbed and scrammed. The first Drake is already at about 25% shields, just getting absolutely annihilated by his close-range battlecruiser DPS, and now at half armor, and once he's down, he'll make short work of the second Drake.
Yeah, that's first Drake down. Second Drake is all that's left for the Honda Accord, and it's obviously nothing at all lost on the unaffiliated side, so it's going to be a complete victory for them and a complete loss for the Honda Accord, not scoring any points.
Yeah, and now that second Drake, it's just amazing to see the amount of damage put out, but both Hurricanes and Brutix is capable of an enormous amount of damage, and even, it looks like unaffiliated smaller ships were picked for optimal DPS as well. Both the Ishker and the Saber capable of quite respectable damage, and now that Drake is down for Honda Accord, so unaffiliated pulling off a flawless victory, not losing a single ship, so congrats to unaffiliated, and back to you, Soundwave.